Mm. I want to ask you something. Are you a victim or are you a warrior? Because I have found that most of the time, a change in perspective is all you really need. Finding out, is this perspective that I'm seeing the world through, is it helpful or is it damaging? If you've been following me for a while, you'll know that I'll always bring up things that have happened to me. In fact, I talk a lot about what has happened to me because I've gone through a lot, which I'm sure that you have as well. And this is why you can relate with the things I say, because you've been there, right? Well, I talk about my own life not only because it is very therapeutical, I get to purge, but at the same time, because I've gone through a lot, I've learned a lot. And it's almost as, if you will, like a big horrible bridge that you have to get across. And once I get across, what I do is just reach back and help people through, help people get across. I don't know why I do it, but just do it. I've always carried this code that tells me that I need to be a helpful influence, a positive influence in people's lives. Basically, I cannot do any wrong or anyone any wrong. And I'm not, you know, hooting my own horn or blowing my own horn. Is nothing like that. It's just a code that I carry. And whenever I have figured something out, I go and tell. So, studying the Hermetic principles, I learned about about them, and there was one that has always been sticking out, and I brought it in the past. I brought it up in the past. Is the principle of polarity. Now, with the principle of polarity, as it also states in the Bible, it says, "Let the coward man say he's brave, and he will." That's the law of polarity right there. Is to not focus on the pole you find yourself in, but look towards the pole you want to be in. It is literally transmuting, emotions, thoughts, situations. That's what it is. It is ignoring what you don't like and only focusing on that which you do like, that which you want. So, because in the last 5 years I've gone through so much crap, I know basically why. Because my perspective was that of a victim. And family leaves me, shuns me, kids don't want to know anything about me, my ex, of course, thought, she could find better, greener pasture somewhere else, friends that I thought were friends weren't really friends. And I ended up, you know, bringing to myself a lot of negative situations because of that fear that all of that happening creates. Looking at life through the lens of a victim. I was working out a few days ago, and before that, I came to the realization that when you look at the world from the eyes, the perspective of a warrior, all of a sudden things change. And I proved it to myself during my workout. I felt unstoppable with that attitude. I felt powerful. That I told myself, oh my God, I'd pay money to feel like this all the time. And we can do this. Again, it's just a matter of you making yourself do that, on putting your energy on what you want, on focusing on the opposite end of the spectrum of that polarity. Not seeing life through the eyes of a victim, because when you do that, the world literally caves down on you. But when you see it in the opposite end, through the eyes of a warrior, all of a sudden life becomes this battlefield. But it's not a negative thing, because it is, better yet, a playground, because this is where the warrior plays. It is where the warrior dwells in. So life is no longer this difficult thing that you have to get through. It's this playground where you are playing games that are winnable. It's no longer dealing with problems, because problems are a definite thing. They are problems. But you as a warrior, and seeing things with the eyes of a warrior, you're seeing things as puzzles. Puzzles that need to be solved. A puzzle is workable. It's attainable. You can do this. Or at least you're filled with that spirit that I can handle this, because you're seeing things from the upper end of a polarity, that of, away from the one of being helpless like a victim, that, oh, everything's happening to me, why is this happening to me? Instead, you put all your attention, because where attention goes, energy flows towards the opposite polarity, that of a warrior. And then all of a sudden, you're no longer in this place where everything happens to you. You're in this place where everything happens for you. You're in the battlefield. Because, let's be honest, the only enemy is the one within. That thing that fights you, that thing that doesn't feel so good. And the negative thinking and negative talking starts. That's the battle. It's battling that guy. Your inner negativity. So, want it or not, you have to have battles with this thing. But you're going to win. And that's the thing. That every day when you wake up, you go to the bathroom, you look in the mirror, and you feel like, I don't know, the battle is commencing. And you better start looking at things from that upper end of that polarity. Because that battle you can win, and you will win. As long as you see things through a warrior's eyes. Take it easy, Lemon Squeezy.